tolerance at all.
So you would set that tool diameter to 30 thou. It's going to be so minute you're not even going to see it.
30
But when you're dealing with a tolerance, that's the number you're going to adjust. And then what I do is I cut a circle, I mic the circle, I cut a hole, I mic the hole, and I know I'm on point. Gotcha. And then I go through and map the whole thing, and when I save it, I always go back into this and go back to the original, just so I don't do it to the next file, in case it was something that I didn't need to hold tolerance. But when you go into liters now, it's right there. There's your corner liter options, your straight midline liter options, and your arcuate. So there's your 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
So now it's as simple as going half inch, because it's glass, let's say, or it's something that's breakable. We want 1.5 inches lead in and 1.5 inches lead out. You could even make this, I don't want to come out as far for whatever reason, I want to come out a 1/4 inch. Now when you go in and change it, you just change the length. It's that easy.
Okay.
You want to change this arcuate, maybe you don't want the pierce here, just in case the overspray could somehow get on this glass. Put it out in the middle. Well, we know that was, basically we go triple of whatever that is. So we go in here, we go to the liters, there's our arcuate. 888 is 0.24, 4, whatever. I'll even make this 135 because I want to lead in from further out than the lead out, just to save on my cut time. Boom.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's super simple.
That's pretty neat.
Cool. You know, I mean,
and how do you know that you have everything mapped? Once
because I'll literally see every single one will be positioned. Like I would never do that. In fact, I wouldn't even shorten that up. I would put that one here. Okay. And then I would center it up so that my lead-in point is actually in the middle. And that's a long lead-in. I would probably go half that. But again, you just position everything where you want it.
And once you do this once,
that's it.
I got this file.
Because now it's saved in console. Right. So let's say I go in, let's just say I saved it, and I'll find this file. So Anthony's already seen it. So boom, I go file, save output as, I pick my folder, whatever I want, I save the name, done.
Wow, that's so much easier.
It's super easy. That's why I told the guy, don't touch my computer.
That is super easy.
There's none of this, like, they send me over specs from their flow, and it's a new one, it's 2 years old, at the end of the street, and I look and I go, what is blue line, red line stuff? You know,
yeah,
like,
this is easy. I mean, I could bring my DX file, do this, and I'm
you're done. You're running. All you have to do is load the sheet on the table. I usually just do this. When I want to square up the sheet, I just put the sheet there. You can see this is where I can cut. I can't cut in here because of the hinge buffer. Right. So I literally take a screw. There's my front edge. I take it down here. I butt the sheet up. Throw screws down the sides. A couple in the front. I take the pendant. Walk the thing over. Raise your height. Set the home. Go. And then you set your speeds. But I'll show you. So, let's say I go in and I save all this. I just saved as and I put it in my custom folder, whatever. Now I go into this console. The first thing it's going to ask you to do is home the machine. Boom, boom. Saying emergency stop. You'll get used to all this. It says the emergency stop has occurred. That's what you always want to push if you're not running it. Okay. NC console is best viewed as a resolution of 1024 by 768. That's your original screen you have over there. I can go to wide screen. That might something else. Whatever. It doesn't change. I free my e-stop. Hit my reset, and this is just the keys that make it operable. You'll just memorize it. To avoid crashing the machine should be home before moving any axes. Do you want to home the machine now? Yes, of course. And then it's going to do the Z, it's going to do the X, and it's going to do the Y, and it's going to put it in 0, 0, 0. So
it resets itself.
The highest, the furthest, and the furthest.
Did it do the Z? And I just didn't see it?
Because it's already up, so it probably moves like 20. Probably move 60 times.
Okay.
And then you can see it's zeros and zeros. It gives one last bump. That is 0, 0, 0 for the machine. Now as I want to move it.
You saw a bump?
I see it. I see it.
Said,
and
oh, wait a minute.
The reason why I stand here like this is because I've seen my water jet in particular, when it goes to home that out, I've seen before where my linear bearings were slightly off because I probably ran 2,000 hours before doing an alignment on it. So I've seen it before when it goes to correct, and the right side bounces back. So you catch it immediately, and nothing can even happen.
No damage.
I always recommend having your hand on these stops.
Okay. And watching carefully, yeah.
Do I think that would ever happen? One, you got to think about how you only have 4 feet.
Yeah, 4 feet.
I got 11.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think that would ever do it, and I can tell you that's probably got a good 3,500 hours before it gets there. And And even then, it's one call, they square up a table, and away you go. So now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to load that file.
I should have asked, but you don't mind I'm filming, do you?
Nope, as long as you're buying a water jet. No, I don't care.
We're working on it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you guys are
Well,
absolutely right.
I know we're excited about it. The power bill, the power cost to put in the three-phase 480 was
What was it?
30 to 40.
Yeah. It seems very high because I think I
They got to bring in new. They got to bring in two new poles, new transformers,
and everything.
and they're not sure they have the power right there either.
But we haven't got hard numbers from you yet either. So
how into this building are you?
I own it.
Oh, you own the building.
I own
But
it.
it's a very small building, but
Yeah,
still.
It's got 2 bays, a front office, and a bathroom.
Definitely going to graduate from this building eventually, but
Yeah.
but not this year.
I think I told you guys the story about how I was looking at a rental.
Yeah,
And
right.
And he's
right.
like, I don't know, they have 100 amps. That's fine, just send it. We'll find it, and we found it. Okay, so here's my file. It would have saved. The only difference was when I went to save it, it was saving it automatically as an NC file. That's
Okay.
that's an NC console file because it's ready to be opened and run. Just like the XF is
Native
for
code.
That's an NC.
Native code.
Is that what it is?
That's what it just said right there.
Oh, okay. I thought NC. Okay, so native code console. That's what it is. All right, so here's my file. Now what it's basically saying is, do I want to flip it? Do I want to mirror it? Do I want to scale it up? Do I want to scale it down? Where do I want it positioned? Right now I'm left to right, as you can see the way I drew it up.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to cut this on an odd shaped piece, and I mean I could tell it cut it at 45
yeah.
degrees, and it's
Oh,
the same
wow.
exact file.
For
You have a nesting
nesting.
program on here?
I don't have a nesting.
I think I can get one for my cut shop.
Yep, and that was
For an
one reason
upgrade.
why that guy tried to update my software. Don't you want the new nesting? No. How hard is it for me to take? I nested
Mirror
all those
image.
letters in it when I
Yeah.
first drew it, so I'll just take them and rotate them and position them and save the file, and I've nested myself.
Yeah. Or you can mirror image it too, right?
Yep.
You
You can mirror it. I'll show you another thing. You can even. I mean, I just know the buttons, but obviously it's in the menus.
Right.
So I think it's F. Yep. Okay, so F6 is array your setup. So the first thing you would want to do is, okay, enable it. Let's just say I nested this file. I'm comfortable knowing that that's all my material I need right there. I've got a nice, decent rectangle. Now I want to do, let's just say 20 inches tall. I can do 2 on a 4 foot by 4 foot sheet. So I can go 2 left to right and go 2 up and down.
Up and down rows.
And now I can go blast out 4 of them.
Wow.
I mean, it's so user friendly.
See, mine, I would probably have to buy that nesting program, which is only a couple $100 because I already have a license. Because all my stuff is different shapes. So,
Okay, so
I would have to, yeah. I
it
would
makes
have to
sense for you then.
Yeah, it would make
Yeah.
sense for me. But I would probably nest it even before it came on here. I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like I've got a guy that has me cut fish, and some fish are 18-inch long, and some fish are 24-inch, and some are 39-inch. But he never has the same number of fish. So
Same thing.
I keep a master file. I open the file. I copy that fish. I paste it on screen 1. I open the next one. I paste it. I copy it. I paste it, and then I go back and I create a box. It's the size of the sheets he sent me, 4 by 10 sheets.
You do this on there.
Or no, you can do it on here, but on a cat.
Okay.
But I do it all on a $40 state small TurboCAD program. I love it. But if you know your drawing program, don't change it.
Yeah, no, I know it inside and out. I've been using it for 10 years.
So let's just say I want to go back and you know what, the guy doesn't want 4 signs. So all I'm going to do is uncheck enable array. I'm back to 1.
Back to 1. Okay.
And now comes, I load the sheet. I set my home. So basically I just hover over the part. Let's say the corner is right there. Bring it down. And now I want to fine tune it. And let's just say I don't reach it out.
Do you
So
do?
you never want to do what I just did and drop that seed.
Yeah, just in case.
Yep. Because if it hits the part, you don't catch it.
Can
it
it do?
wouldn't hurt if it hit bricks, but
Right.
it would hurt if it hit them.
Okay.
So
What damage would it do?
it would probably do nothing. But the worst case scenario is
It would break the nozzle.
the nozzle. Yep,
Yeah,
because it's
okay.
carbide.
Right,
So
okay.
you could shatter the nozzle, and
Okay.
they just literally you unscrew this bottom fitting.
It's $100.
It's $100. Yeah. You unscrew that, take out the piece that's on the nozzle, you slide it on your new one, you fit it back in the hole, and you snap it back up.
Yeah.
I put a little racquetball deal on there just to keep it splashing.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's what it is, isn't it?
I think that one might actually be the real deal, but I don't know where I found it.
Yeah, it does look like the real
Normally
deal.
I put a tennis ball or a racquetball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, well, pretty cool.
Okay, so I've got my file. Now I want to bring it down to material slowly. So basically, you can see here, you have 4 options of size. You can set each one. We always call it in the shop J1, J2, J3, J0. J0 is infinite travel. So that would jam on the part.
Phew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So J1 I've got set to 1 inch, and it's exactly 1 inch. So I know I have 6 inches of travel. So here I go. I'm 5 down. Yeah. So let's say that's 5 down, and now I want to go J2. This is set. It's 1 decimal point. So this is 100 down. So now I'm dropping to 100 down. If I'm still not there and I want to get dialed in, I go to J3, which is 10 down. You can see it.
Oh, yeah.
If I go J4, that's 1 thou. You're never going to see it. Just move it.
Do you use a gauge when you get down to the part? Do you use a feeler gauge?
You'll never need to actually measure the height because all you need to know is what size is it going to leave you.
Well, float training requires you use a gauge.
I've never seen somebody do it. I would laugh at
So if you're going to cut aluminum, how far would that nozzle be up from the
if it's a newer
material?
nozzle, which I'll be honest, I run mine until the cuts just looks too wide. Then I'll change it. But
Okay,
most people will say you get 150 hours ish on a nozzle. I get
$100.
probably 400 hours on a nozzle, unless we break it.
Right.
And if we break it and it's after the 150-mile mark, then I don't really care. Right? We got our money for it.
Right.
So let's just say I've got it. I like it. Let's say I'm cutting. I'll leave it up because I'm going to dry run it for you.
Yeah.
So let's just say I'm actually going to move the home out just because I want to be in the middle of the film so you guys see it. So let's say that's my right height. Let's say I was cutting 1/4 inch.
Okay.
I think I cut this an 1/8 inch, but let's just say it was 1/4 inch. I realize I'm an inch above the part right now, but I'm doing that just so I can dry run and I don't snag anything on the table. I don't see. Which you will do also. So let's just say it is 1/4 inch, and I'm sitting up a safe 1/2 inch above the part. So now I want to make sure that all this does in fact fit in. You can do it by looking at the numbers on the bottom and literally, first of all, again, everything runs in order, and I realize I'm just kind of running through it quick, but I don't mind giving lessons to show you exactly how to do it. So here you can see set soft home here. There's my soft home. That means if I move out of the way, which by the way, I slowed my machine down in travel. You see how it's only going that fast? It will travel, I believe it travels
1,500 inches.
Yeah, I was gonna guess 1,100, so it might be 1,500. Ridiculous speed.
Yeah.
What I figured out is, just like in the Hosses, I'll run a lot of the Hosses at 50% travel.
Yeah.
Because do I really save any time going,
Yeah,
rather than let everything kind of go with its own speed.
Right.
So I slowed everything down after my first lineal bearing alignment, because the guy said, Ryan, if you slowed this down, it's going to take longer for it to even go bad. So I slowed it down that day, and it's been 5 years. 6
Yeah.
years since.
What's the hurry? Yeah. I mean, just turn it loose, right?
Right.
Yep. So again, this one's moving this fast. If you guys do get to power that up and see that move,
Twice as
it's
fast.
going to blow your mind. It's probably, I think I'm running at like 200 inches a minute, maybe 250. It'll be quadruple that. I mean,
Yeah.
I can remember the guy moving it out of the way. What he did is what I did there. I set the home, right? So now I'm going to come all the way up, and I'm going to move all the way out of the way because I'm going to make sure my part doesn't have any scratches on it. I'm giving you guys the example of the guy did. So you just move it out of the way. I always like to stop before it hits the limit switches. You stop, whatever you want to do. So I check my part, I like it. I don't know, I put a grind swirl on it, whatever I want. I break her free again, and then just remember when this guy first did it to me, now I've got to go to soft home. Let's say you cut something and you set up a square, 2 stops, a corner. Now you know that home's going to be there every time. Like when I did Barnett stuff, it was 2 of those squares, so I trapped their fiberglass composite every time. I moved it out of the way, I grabbed the old piece out, I grabbed my 8 limbs, I put them in a box, I loaded the new piece right in,
You know
pressed
where
it down,
home is.
hit go.
Yeah.
And then she comes right back. It's actually going to go to the file, but I'll stop it there. And I'll tell her, just go to home. And it will literally be within 1.5 thou of where it was on X, Y, and Z.
Wow. And then you you've already loaded your part in there, ready to go.
Yep. So right now I'm sitting. If I had wanted to, the pump could have been running, and then what you saw me do there was I hit F3. So I could have hit F3 and then boom, it's coming in and it's actually doing the cutting right now.
Oh, okay.
I just don't have the pump on.
And it's cutting that, how far of a distance above the metal does it cut?
If I was cutting 1/8 inch aluminum, I would like to be anywhere from 1/8 inch above it. And the first thing,
Pretty close, huh?
yep. And the nice thing is, I don't know how the flows work if they do this, but you can adjust the height on the run. So when I was telling you my bricks were uneven, I didn't care because I could raise my seam as he was cutting. So when I was cutting that big fish thing and I had group, I could lower it and raise it as it came up.
Yeah, I don't think they can do that. It's such an old machine.
Yeah. And these were
It's
are
like
some of the tricks I learned.
92 or something.
Probably got the big.
He's got the
funky
flying
with
bridge.
600.
Yeah,
Yes.
the flying bridge. Yeah. And the servo motors, the XY meter, they don't even make them anymore.
Yeah.
They're having to get them rebuilt. So then I'm thinking in my mind, okay, this machine went down before. How about if it goes down for another 2 weeks? Where does that leave me?
I
hate to rely on something.
You know what I mean?
I
100% where you guys
I
are.
was like, I hate to rely on something.
You know, like you do this.
Right.
So, just put in
Okay, go ahead.
perspective, that was me, that was my speed set because I didn't go back and change the material. So let's just say, let's go back to home. I've now loaded my material. I've checked the material out. I brought it back to home. Now I want to change my cut speed. Again, everything's in order. There's your open file, so you already have your file. Now your cutting parameters. Boom, it's right there. You can change from all your different materials, aluminum, bronze, copper, brass,
Oh, I see.
everything. And you can also fudge it. If you know you wanted to cut fast and it's foam, and there isn't a foam, I don't think there would be, and there's no foam, I would go to aluminum.
60, 61.
Here's your thickness. We're gonna cut.
Oh, okay.
I literally, here's my cheat sheet since 07.
0.15.
There's my cheat sheet. I've
Okay.
used this since day one, and I have another one that's kind of fine-tuned to certain clients' material, like titanium. And
Look
so
at
I just
that.
go, okay, my sheet of 1/8 inch, 0.075, 77 inches a minute. So there's my X. I got to figure out my Y.
Gotcha.
So I would go 0.075 on my thickness.
I put my cheat sheet on the wall in big letters. That's,
And I know I got to get to, what did I say?
but I didn't have that much
77
information.
inches a minute. So now I'm just going to change my quality. And you can see right here is my cut scribe parameters, linear cut speed 62.5. So I know I'm not there yet. So I'm going to go down on my quality until I get as close as I want to 77 inches a minute. And then you're done. You go load. And I think I was cutting pretty slow before. F3. F3, and now it's going to cut at that new speed. And another thing I charge on money, and I'll be honest, on 1/8 inch, I can probably cut closer to 9 inches. But that all comes down to the pump rating. These are 60,000 PSI pumps.
Those are nice.
You'll see.
That's the high pressure.
Yep.
Could,
Yep. I've actually poked a hole in one of them, and how you get water to poke a hole in stainless. It just goes to show how much we use them.
oh, geez. Could you, Ryan? Could you humor me and like trace the water flow back to into your
Yep.
tank
Okay.
to everything,
Okay, so let me show you this.
so that I can yeah.
So basically, ignore all this because you don't necessarily need it. So basically,
right.
my hose comes out of the bib on the wall in the shop and right into where the water goes in. And to be honest with you, without studying that, I would call KMT. That, hey, which one's the water in? Boom.
Okay.
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 So I can tell you by tracing it. This is my water in.
Yeah, this is what I would like you to do. Okay, that's
So this
coming.
is-
That's coming in out of this pump right up here.
Correct. Only because I chose.
Yeah,
to
well,
do
that's what I wanted to understand, this tank, because
Gotcha.
this makes sense.
Gotcha.
So, all right, so you've got the water coming out into your pump from this pump.
Yep.
You said this is a
just your
well
standard
pump?
1 horsepower well pump.
Okay, and the water coming into the tank, that's coming out of the
Yep.
tank, the water
Because
coming
this
in?
is picking up from the bottom of this tank. So this is pushing the water in. where
Okay.
You can
All right.
see, here's your cutting water,
Right?
and here's your, here's your cooling water. So my water goes
Oh, there's two.
Here's my cooling water.
I got you.
in, coming out.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, I don't know what that is, but I can tell you that it's clean water coming out of the pump because I have both going into a line, and that line, if you follow it, goes into the radiator, which gets cooled.
That's
as it
what I
goes
wanted to
through
see.
the back
Okay.
end.
Now that's the clean water coming.
Yes, that is strictly the clean, cooling
Oh,
water.
okay,
within the
okay,
pump.
okay.
Nothing to be confused with this water that ends up in this table.
Yes.
So
Okay, that's where I was getting confused. I thought you were talking about, because they do have the recycling tanks and all
Don't
for
do that.
for the cutting water. Don't do that. No, they say don't do that. Right.
don't try it. Do not try and save your garnet.
Well, it costs
You just-
$15,000 or
stupid.
something. It's stupid. Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't buy the cleaning tool that they offer to pump your machine out. Don't
Yeah,
do
oh
it.
gosh,
I
that's
can
another
tell you everything,
5,000.
don't
Yeah,
pump
yeah, yeah, yeah. No.
So So then basically just to keep going from there, the water goes into the system. This hydraulically shoves the piston back and forth.
Right,
Which builds the
okay.
pressure. That comes down through this valve. That comes up, transfers over.
Oh,
So
okay.
sitting in this whip is 60,000 psi, which is then controlled by your pneumatic, which as soon as the computer says go ahead and cut, this thing actuates. It lifts what's called a plunger out of this nozzle body.
Right.
The plunger goes up, now
Right.
the water can pass
Water
through.
shoots fat, and it picks up the
And it was-
abrasive if there's any being loaded.
Correct, because this is always pressurized as well.
That's what that is. I saw that and I wasn't sure.
So that
Okay,
is
now
your
I
hopper
understand.
pressurized to that. So when it says go ahead and cut, it tells it go ahead and turn the water on a split second before turning this wheel, which allows your garnet down your line and mixes with the water.
Okay.
So
And
that's how it conducts the pierce.
That's an incredibly thin line with 60K in it.
Yep, and that is standard. And
Oh,
if I
wow.
ever lost one, I poked a hole in it and we TIG welded it back up, even though KMC don't.
Get
do it.
out.
I ran for a year.
I
So
would
we are some
I would
TIG welded
never have
fools.
thought you could do that.
And you can see
That is awesome.
when I bought the machine, they didn't know it's a uncoat log and uncoat here. They just cut it. You know, so it's just like replacing it. I actually have an extra of it somewhere. But it's not a new one. It's a backup with our TIG welded piece because I finally replaced it. So I'm
Okay.
like, this will work if I ever had to get through a job in a weekend. But yeah, so the only nice thing about that is it's at your mercy how long you want to make it. Right. You know, like, and KMT will tell you where's the plumb in relation to the table and what travel you have, and they'll tell you you need at $11 at minimum. Yep. And you would even be able to reuse all your nuts that lock it down.
Fairing.
Otherwise, if you had to buy new ones for those, you're probably looking $30. So
So Ryan, on this connection, the actual connection from the control unit to the table, it's coming in at this corner. Could it come in at the far end, or is it limited to this corner? It has to be this corner.
All I'm thinking, because I know mine is the same way. It has to be here because it all goes through this.
Well, I see that track.
Yeah,
It almost looks like that's.
So when it comes forward, the track rolls up.
Yeah.
You
Gotcha.
can see it in the
Yeah.
back of my machine.
I
Yeah.
got you. Okay.
So
I
that's
was
the only
trying-
distance you get.
Yep.
That's it. Which works even with the design, as long as the table's pointed.
And if you were
The other way.
If you were concerned about the splashback, like what I really need to do, I haven't done it because I figured this one's going to be sold, but I was just going to put like a 2x4 wall with some
We got it. We got
I don't
it.
think splash on.
I got a floor plan here I could show you. Can we get quick measurements of the footprint of this and the cabinets and stuff, so that then I can draw these up pretty realistically and put them on the plan? Yeah, this is bigger than I thought.
This is nice. That's a nice machine.
Well, you know what the nicest thing is? You got. Oh, do I want to put it on tape?
You cut a 4x8 sheet.
Yeah.
That's the.
Okay. Just call it out. It'll be on the
81 inches.
81. Okay. 7 feet.
This is probably all the way back, but either way, splash lights.
Close counts. That's all. Looks good.
84.
84. So it's 7 feet by 7 feet. Really, is what we're talking about.
Like I told you, I moved this with your average forklift.
Yeah.
I got an old cat, and it's only got a 3,500 pound capacity, and this thing was nothing.
And can you
I thought I was gonna have to bring in the big boy again.
can you put a tape on the pump
Yeah.
and the hopper?
So if you mounted this, if you're doing a 4x8 sheet and you're indexing it, you got to be out from that wall.
Well,
You're there.
you come out this way, this way instead of that.
Spun that shit.
Yeah, we could have it up against the wall just like he's got it right now.
Yeah, and the one thing the KMT guy said is he goes, Ryan, these cylinders have never been removed. I'm like, I know, because if you look at mine, you can see the big wrench marks from me getting
Oh.
it. 'Cause he's that
Oh
long.
my.
I mean, it's just
It's like,
we got
yeah. So you're looking at
55.
yeah, 55. Okay. All right. And roughly 43. Okay. And the hopper diameter, about more or less. Yeah, count the legs.
35.
35. Okay. That included the extension here, the pipe. The diameter of the tub itself is what, 24?
24.
Yeah. And the cabinet is about 24 square?
36.
Oh, don't count the keyboard.
2 feet.
Yeah, 24 square. Yeah, 2 feet. Yeah, it's a little more than 2 feet. No, that is 2 feet. Okay.
Now, to tell you a little bit about what you're going to be up against when this does fill up, because eventually you're going to load enough abrasive, which I'm going to tell you where you put abrasive. You're going to go through enough of those sheets or bags,
Yeah.
5-pound bags, just like sand, loaded in the hopper. Keep that thing pressurizes itself. It even gives you a little warning when you're getting low, so you know maybe I shouldn't cut this 1/2-inch thick plate if I'm already low on garnet. It's a 4-hour file. I don't want to stop it in the middle and worry about it moving at all.
Will it stop automatically if the abrasive runs out?
Nope. What'll happen is it'll be able to push air down through the line. You will know, and we run until this happens.
You'll hear
every
it.
time. It'll start spraying out through this peephole right here. So literally, because
The garnet.
Line, it just starts pushing garnet.
Oh.
And starts just waterfalling out.
Okay.
And then we just hit stop on the pump, raise it off the part, stop it, and it bleeds up.
What is the pressure?
Nope. Literally just open up your hopper and just refill it.
It's 80 psi. The air.
That I'll have to check for you. I think I run my abrasive.
Yeah.
I can tell you everything I have is running perfect. And yes, it is 80. How did you
Okay.
know that?
It was in the specs.
Studied.
I can read, but that doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about. You obviously do.
I definitely can help. In fact, I'm not even
Well-
going to say that there won't be a time I call you for a spec on your machine to plug mine back in, maybe.
Oh,
but I've
that
never
would,
had to do it.
That would be cool.
Now this power lead going to it just a regular. I saw on this plug. Is that like a dryer plug? There's the 240s. There's one. What it says? Here you go. Okay. It says 4.
okay.
It says 460, but I forget how it all went because you can see when I bought it, I went ahead and had my guy plumb in the air, and then I just stopped there. I'm like, I'll worry about hooking it up on a weekend if I need it.
Yeah.
So KMT would be able to tell you. I'm
Yes.
99% sure. I know it has to be 3-phase, but
Yeah, that's
there's
the big one.
460 hookup, there's 230 hookup, and there's another one in there as well. And it's just from changing some wires
Yeah.
right where they're intended to change.
Now, does that go into that panel? Or
I'll tell you probably. All I can do is look at my.
What? Does what go into what?
The power.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So here I've got my.
Oh no, it's got the 460. It's got the 460. Oh, I was way high there. There it is. Probably about to run out of battery.
And so long. Maybe that doesn't require 100 amps, but I think it does. Just because of the pump size. Right.
Well,
But
it-
KMT would be able to tell you, no, maybe it's 70 amps.
Well, the spec.
Did it say it?
It says 30 horsepower, 60 amp is the spec that's out there. I don't know if you put it on yours or it was on the other.
I mean, I didn't touch any of that, but what I'm saying is, I wonder if maybe this smaller unit requires less than the 100 amps. But I think
Yeah, it does.
that's the same pump.
It's 60. 60 amps. Yeah,
But
30
that-
horsepower,
This is
60 amp.
460 volts, and that was 230 volts.
Right. That's why I called KMT and said, am I going to have a step-up transformer? And I'm 99% sure we can make the call. They said everything's interchangeable within the box.
Yeah.
Within the box.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I can't. Can I just plug that in the wall in the 240 like yours, or no? I can't.
I don't know.
Do you do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well-
Something
we would definitely want to
Well, see, there's the line right there.
Yeah, but it says 460.
Yeah, but look, there's the end of it.
Yeah.
And where would that have gone?
That goes
in
to a
the-
plug and a whole separate thing, separate from
Just
your
like a
three-phase.
dryer plug. Figure that.
That's it. Yeah.
It's-
But mine's
not a
got
massive amount.
230 over there.
Yeah.
You know, I've got 240 at the shop. That would run that.
Yeah.
But now that it says 460, what happens? That's
I can tell you one thing.
AMT.
You would want to ask, you would want to get a second opinion on this. But usually when people, because you guys are getting to set yours up, so you
Yeah.
might find out you want 460 instead of 280, I think I have, or whatever it is, 240 or
Yeah.
4. I'm not an electrician, that's stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It, like, that's You know, if that was like in going in a dryer plug, that's fine. But now it says 460, so that's a question for I guess KM2.
Yeah, and what I was getting at is, I know my buddies did their landlord furnished a 3-phase at their shop. They run some CNCs like in there, and they went with I think 460 or maybe it's even it might be 480. That's what I want to be for. Yeah, 480.
That's what we're looking at.
Because then you run less amps, everything's smaller because you're, I guess, doubling your 3-phase. I forget how it works. I just knew that I never had 480, so I never learned it. But
Very cool.